Alright everyone, welcome back to the YouTube. I'm very excited to make this video today. I'm starting a series where I'll be reacting to celebrities' diets, celebrity full day of eating. And today we're starting with Jaylen Brown, who is a small forward for the Boston Celtics, an NBA team, my favorite NBA team. I've got the Tatum jersey on today, but I'm still a big fan of Jaylen Brown. He's been hooping this season, so I'm excited to see if his diet is up to the standard of his level of basketball at the moment. But yeah, overall, I want to make this a series because I think it could be really interesting to see how they live and whether they follow a diet that is conducive of a good lifestyle, the sort of diet that I would want to follow for the rest of my life. So I'm going to start doing this regularly. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comments. So this is a video from Men's Health. It's about 4.5 minutes long. So let's react to this, see if Jaylen Brown knows what he's doing or if his nutritionist knows what he's doing when it comes to supporting the lifestyle of a basketball player. They burn a lot of calories, so he's going to need a lot of carbohydrates. He's obviously going to need a lot of protein. And overall, let's just see if it's nutrient dense.
Hi, my name is Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics, and today I'm going to inform you about my diet and how it helps my training.
I should say, Jaylen Brown is an extremely smart person. I think he went to Berkeley in California, which is potentially an Ivy League school. So he's very switched on when it comes to maths and science and stuff. So I'd be surprised if this isn't top notch because he seems like a very diligent person and someone who works smarter, not harder.
I'm very conscious about what I put into my body. I listen to my body as well about things I may need, but I'm also not afraid of trying new things. I love to work with the Celtics and Julio here that helps me kind of decide from a day in, day out basis what that looks like.
So my name is Julie. I'm the chef of the Boston Celtics. We work with a dietitian, with a nutritionist, with the performance staff. We tailor-made a menu just based on his body, just to make him perform 100%.
Off season, probably eat a lot more carbs. So I probably eat a lot more than I do during season.
That's interesting because I would imagine throughout the season you need a lot of carbs because they play 82 games in a season in like 9 months or even more. If you make it to the playoffs and you're playing almost 100 games, potentially 100 games or more. So it would make sense to me if they eat a lot of carbs throughout the season rather than the off season. I'd imagine the off season is where you sort of lower those calories, lower the carb intake and focus just on protein and building muscle, building strength and potentially endurance. But yeah, that's surprising to me that it's the other way around, but we'll see.
I don't like to be heavy when I play, or to feel heavy at least.
It all depends if it's game day, if it's not game day, based on his diet, based on what his body needs. And we tailor-made a menu just for this guy.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to feel heavy when he's playing like in an actual game. That makes sense. I understand why you would feel that way, but also carbohydrates are the best source of energy for your body if you want to perform over 48 minutes, especially in basketball where it's extremely quick bursts of energy. Your body likes to use carbohydrates rather than anything else for those short sprints. So actually it would make sense to fill up on a lot of carbohydrates, maybe fast acting ones as opposed to like rice or potatoes that are gonna slow release. Maybe you want fast acting ones, but you still want carbohydrates for your average NBA game because you're gonna be expending a lot of energy in quick sprints and jumping and all of that. So yeah, not sure about that.
It is based on giving the fuel to perform 100%.
During in-season, a normal schedule would be wake up at about 8 o'clock, get to the facility like 8:30, 8:45, usually around closer to 8:45. Probably eat the same thing every single morning.
Oatmeal.
I eat oatmeal with granola, bananas, and blueberries. I probably have like a shake, a green man, what's in the green, like
Pineapple, celery, spinach.
And then
yeah, so that sounds like a good breakfast. You got oats, slow digesting carbs, so that's going to fuel you for the entire day. And then some granola, good for vitamin E, and then other different vitamins and minerals. Blueberries for antioxidants, they're very healthy. Big fan of blueberries. You should be eating more of those. And then the shake, he said celery, pineapple, spinach. So spinach is great for vitamin K. Celery is kind of good for water, I suppose. Like it can be good for hydrating you, but there's not really much of a nutritional content to celery. It doesn't have many calories at all. And then pineapple, a bit of vitamin C. Yeah, pretty good. Overall, that sounds like a decent breakfast. Not too high on protein, but I'm sure he can make it up the rest of the day.
Shoot around or whatever the case is. I come up for some lunch around 12.
2 choices of protein, mostly chicken or fish. Then we have a carb and vegetable every day.
For me, it's usually rice and sea bass or something like that.
Aim for 30 grams of protein each meal. I would push that to 40. I think if you're eating only 2 or 3 meals a day, then you want to be getting at least 40 grams of protein in every single meal to get you a decent amount of protein throughout the entire day. But yeah, that sounds good. Fish or chicken, they are very good sources of protein and vitamins and minerals. Healthy, not too high in fat or not too high in saturated fat. And then rice or whatever carbohydrate that is, again, good to refuel from shoot around and get ready for the game later on. I like the sound of that. And then vegetables for more vitamins, minerals, fiber.
That's what my diet has been as of recent. And then I go home, take a nap. I'll probably wake up around 4.
I just want to say, napping, I'm not sure how you guys feel about napping, but I think it gets a lot of hate in the world. But naps are incredible. If you can get a 30-minute nap or less, that is just so good for your mental health, for your physical ability to perform. Naps are incredible, and I would never recommend skipping any sleep. If you're tired, if you feel like you want to nap, especially like when it gets to 2 or 3 in the afternoon, your body naturally has a bit of a slump, so it's definitely a good idea to get some sleep. You don't want to do it for too long. Unless you've been sleep deprived from the night before, then you don't want to nap for more than 30 minutes, but you can do 90-minute naps. It just depends on the cycle, because you don't want to wake up in the middle of a deep sleep, because then you're going to be drowsy. It's going to take forever for you to get back in the game. But yeah, short nap, it can be a 10-minute power nap, or it can be up to 30 minutes. That's going to be so helpful for your cognitive ability and also ability to perform, especially in a game like basketball.
4:30, and I'll probably eat a variation of the same thing, another carb with another protein. And then I'll get to the arena around 5:30, and I'll probably just have a bunch of water, maybe have a banana, have some dates. We always have some dates in my locker.
Yeah, that sounds good. So essentially filling up a while before the game starts so that you can properly digest everything before you're actually starting to exercise. That sounds good. And then dates, banana, water, they're a good way to get electrolytes, fast-acting sugar, and fluids into your body to prepare you for the game. So that all makes sense. I'm a big fan of that.
My favorite snack on a game day.
It's like a fast fuel just before the game, so it's perfect to have it.
Then after the game, probably around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Post game, you want something more fun, more creative.
I will say eating at 10 or 11, I mean, it depends what time he's going to sleep, but you probably don't want to be that late because you want a good 7-8 hours of sleep at least. Eating that late is going to interrupt your sleep quality and make it worse, essentially. So you don't want to be eating, your last meal shouldn't be within 2 or 3 hours of you falling asleep. So that is quite late to be having a meal. Obviously, he's got to do interviews, media stuff, and you probably want to get some food in after the game to refuel and get your body prepared for the next day. But I would say it would be important for him to keep it light and not too high in calories to make sure that his body can digest that before he gets to sleep, and then he can, you know, have a good quality sleep and feel well rested in the morning.
Just to release a little bit of the stress of the game, I think it helps a lot with some kind of a fun food.
Ice cream is like my guilty pleasure. Like no matter how hard I work throughout the day, like I feel like you deserve a reward. So ice cream has always been my reward. So after a long game or something, Julio make sure he has something. He'll find something in the arena.
This year we came up with the idea.
I'm going to say this. For Jaylen Brown, specifically Jaylen Brown, ice cream is not a terrible thing to have after a game. Yes, it's high in sugar, calories. It's not actively good for you in any way, but he's someone that burns calories all the time. He's extremely fit, he's extremely healthy. So eating ice cream really doesn't affect him at all. It doesn't affect him like the average person who's not doing much exercise throughout the day. So I'm not too mad at ice cream. It's also extremely light, and his body can digest that very quickly. So he'll be able to relax and get to sleep in no time. So it's not the worst thing in the world.
We found a machine who can make like a protein ice cream that is fantastic for player. It's just under 20 calories. He provides.
Yeah, even better. So protein ice cream, there's the Ninja Creamy. I wish I had a Ninja Creamy because it's so easy to whip up a protein ice cream and you're getting your sweet treat, but it's in an extremely healthy form. So that's even better. He could have regular ice cream and it wouldn't impact him too much. But if you can have protein ice cream that's lower in calories, actually provides some nutritional value, then that's really good. And I think that's a really good way to have a last meal after the game.
My favorite post-game meal is probably some form of ramen. I love ramen.
Yeah, so ramen's pretty good. I'm quite a big fan of ramen. I think the brothy sort of thing that you get from it is good for helping with illness. I think there's a lot of nutrients in the average ramen. Noodles are good for a good source of carbohydrates. You're getting egg, you're getting protein from a meat, maybe chicken, or even if it's tofu. So yeah, ramen's a good meal.
Favorite carb? Rice.
Favorite carb? Rice. Absolutely. I think rice, I mean, it's not my favorite to eat. I think pasta is probably my favorite to eat, but rice is so efficient and such a good source of clean carbohydrates that are going to fuel you for a workout or for any sort of performance. So I think, yeah, you can't beat rice.
When you think about your diet, you definitely should think like your body is a temple. You should be always aware of what you put into your body, where they're made from, where they're produced.
Absolutely, he's preaching the right thing here. Whole single ingredient foods are going to be the best thing for you, and they're going to allow you to perform to your highest level in whatever you're doing. So it's really important that you surround your entire life with mostly healthy foods. Enjoy a few things that might not necessarily be the best thing for you, but if you can strategize and make sure that the majority of your diet is healthy foods, you're going to feel best up here and you're going to be able to perform to the best of your ability physically. Always try and go for the healthy option and make sure that you're focusing on getting a variety of different foods to get all of your vitamins and minerals, getting enough protein, just fueling your body with the right stuff.
But at the same time, you should always be listening to your body because it'll tell you what it needs and what it doesn't need. So I encourage those to do their research, but also try different things and see how your body feels.
Yeah, so your body will absolutely tell you what it wants and what it doesn't want. When you start eating healthy, when you start prioritizing whole foods, you're going to notice that anytime you deviate away from that, you're just going to feel terrible. The high sugary foods, high calorie foods just aren't going to make you feel good, and that is going to be the signal that your body sends you to make sure that you carry on eating healthily and carry on eating the nutrient-dense foods that are allowing your body to perform as well as it can. Overall, I like the message here. I think Jaylen Brown's got a pretty damn good diet. It was weird about the carbohydrates thing, saying that he has more carbohydrates in the off season compared to actually in the season, because I think carbs are going to be the best fuel for his body to perform inside a game and to have endurance and ability to explode in any given situation. And I think his first meal, just oatmeal with granola and berries, that's not going to be that high in protein, not very much high quality protein in there at all. So I think I'd focus on getting a bit more protein in that first meal. But overall, this is a really good diet. I think if you followed a diet like this, you're going to feel good, you're going to be able to perform well. It's not perfect, but it's almost there. So that was nutrition science student reacting to Jaylen Brown's diet, the 2024 finals MVP of the NBA. Overall, I think he's doing a really good job. He's following a mostly whole food, single ingredient food diet, but he's also able to enjoy something that he really craves and really likes in ice cream. And that's because he's extremely strict with his workouts. He's burning a lot of calories throughout the day. Overall, he's a fit and healthy person, so he can afford to eat that sort of thing occasionally. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to bring out more reacting to celebrities' diet, reacting to their full days of eating. Drop a comment, leave a like to let me know that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.